please join me in welcoming the mayor of my hometown, the great city of New York, the Honorable Bill de Blasio.
It's a thrill to be at NYU. I want to thank Stefano for the great work of Casa Italiana here. I want to thank everyone associated with this project.
Would you say, Leonora and Elisa, like your grandfather, that you're the happiest worker on earth?
Yes, we are. Yes, it's a wonderful job. Yes, and it's beautiful to have a family tradition to keep alive. Yes, it's beautiful. Also because we all work together, the whole family. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes.
I said, Mama, I want to go to Paris. Why you want to go to Paris? When? Tomorrow? Why? You are going for university? And I said, no, I want to go there to meet Mario Monicelli. They knew that he was a great director. He said, how nice, he chose you to be an actress. I was quite nice. And I said, no, I want to live with him. And so I remember the color of the face that became the same color of the sheets. And so I thought she was going to die. I'm not joking. And before she did, I left. I went to Paris. Mario was in Paris shooting something. And I arrived to Paris for 1 month. And I didn't know anything of my parents. I didn't want to talk with them because I knew that in Florence, which is a little town. It was scandal. Everybody was talking about this. So we were rifugiati close in Paris. And then began my extraordinary life, because in Paris I was really dressed in the wrong way, because we were out every day with Marcello Mastroianni and Catherine Deneuve and Depardieu, he was young, and Marco Ferreri was with us. And I just didn't say one word, because I thought to be stupid with these people so famous. I was just a 20 years old girl.
In Italy, we are not so much director, but we have a generation of director, script writer, and actor, about maybe 20 persons that we know very well each other. We work together. It's a sort of a community, and we also show our movie before release to other colleague. We show the script for have a opinion. Mm-hmm. So it's a small community that work together.
And you're all still friends?
Yeah. No. But we are still friends because everyone is have a conviction that every movie that have success, it's good for the next movie.
So, who is Isabella for you?
Truly, she's a friend. Isabella, it's this. You know, someone can swim with their dogs, and you can jump in the water with her and take a picture, and then at the same time, she's the most sophisticated woman on earth. You know, so she's got this incredible 360 degrees beauty, but also presence, intelligence, and to me, you know, we worked so much, but what she really is a friend.
Thank you for the compliments about my Italian. I made a goal when I was young, a teenager. Well, I already knew I wanted to be an opera singer, and I thought to myself, by the time I turned 21, I'd like to speak 3 languages. So that was Italian, French, and German. When I was 18 years old, my parents sent me to Siena to go, not to the Chigiana, which is where the music school is, but to go to study Italian at a very normal Italian language school and live with a family. And I went there all by myself. I had all my train directions printed out by my mom. And I made my way from Rome to Siena, and then I lived with the family, and they could not even say okay. You know, now in Italian somebody say okay, you know, but they la Coca-Cola, but they don't say, but they could not even say okay. They were just so native speaker Italian. They just said dizionario. So that's all they could say. And they were lovely, and it was so lovely. And I really believe in that total immersion. So I studied for 8 weeks at the Dante Alighieri school in Siena, in Piazza La Lizza, and then in that time I became like Tuscan, and people would say to me, "Signora, la sua inglese è meraviglioso," and they would say, "Signora, your English is marvelous," you know, and I would say, "That's because I'm American." No, lei italiana, sicuramente. So I was hugely complimented by that. I probably have an ear for languages because most people find it a bit bizarre that I learned, became almost native speaking in Italian within 8 weeks, and then I went to Paris the following summer, and within 7 weeks I was studying French. So I love languages. I think they're so imperative to being a good singer. It's the one bit of advice I give to everybody. I'm so glad that you brought it up. You can tell the difference between when somebody really lives the melody of a language and, when somebody doesn't. You can hear when non-English speakers sing in English, you can really tell. It's just the same for Italian or French.
I first went back to my grandfather's hometown when I was 15 years old. And I can affirm to you that my life was different from that moment on. That it gave me an entirely different understanding of not just who we were as a family, but who we are as Americans, all of us, because we come from somewhere, but also something life-affirming about the sweep of human history and the permanence of family and the fact there is something greater that undergirds who we are. So one thing I want to say is, please, this is a cause for me. It's so important if people have the opportunity to see their roots very specifically, to feel them more deeply, to demystify them, to show the next generation what it means, because we're at an interesting point in Italian-American history where the immigration has occurred by and large. And now it's up to us to take the ideas and the messages and the meaning of the culture and maintain it